Dear iPhone Golden G, you know what? I'm gonna put you down for a second. Well, I got a full beer can. Check. Pint of beer. Check. Who are you? Beer Drink Shorty here, and it's been a minute since I've done a mixed martial arts vlog. What I'm gonna call this video is a mixed motherfucking martial arts vlog. I know y'all been waiting for it for what? Yeah, what? Doesn't even matter. UFC 183, Anderson Silva, the greatest of all time, taking on Nick Diaz at at middleweight. I'm gonna get straight into this bitch. Good thing I did bring an extra beer. I'm gonna go through the whole card. It's been a very long time since I've done a prediction vlog on an entire event, so it's about that time. Beer Drink Shorty ready to attack, still black, ready to counter react on all of you puss niggas that's talking that shit. Yeah. Let's get into the first fight of UFC 183 on the main card. We have Jordan Min versus Thiago Alves. Woo! Woo! Jordan Min at 29-9, Thiago Alves at 25-9. This fight, the experience factor is pretty much even. However, I think that Thiago Alves has a lot to lose in pretty much being out for so long. He came back pretty fierce, but American top team, Thiago Alves, he's seeing Robbie Lawler, his American top team teammate, prosper, win a welterweight title. That has to light a fire under Thiago Alves' ass. I got Thiago Alves knocking out Jordan Min within 2 rounds. The underground. Y'all hate my boy in the weeds. However, if I don't break at least 50% on these predictions for UFC 183, if I don't break 50%, I'll never do another UFC mixed martial arts vlog again. One of the most fucking boring fighters in mixed martial arts, we have Thales Leites at 24-4 versus Tim Bosch at 18-7. That's how them iPhone 7 Golden G, nigga Golden Axe. What? This fight right here is not a good matchup at all. Thales Leites, no disrespect to the guy as a mixed martial artist, because he is exactly that. He's a pro fighter. He's a mixed martial artist. However, his skill set isn't mixed. He's a throwback jiu-jitsu fighter. To me, boring as fuck. Just how a lot of people like, what's the motherfucker's name? Damn, Damian Maia. Damian Maia isn't a fucking fighter that I like to watch, just for the fact that, like I said, he's strictly jiu-jitsu. No boxing, no kickboxing. He's pretty much jiu-jitsu in a punching bag. Tim Bosch beat the homeboy Hector Lombard. No, the fuck he didn't, but they gave him the nod. I got Tim Bosch knocking out Thales Leites in 2 rounds, definitely. I said that for the last fight as well, but Thales Leites is not beating Tim Bosch. Card, he's a jobber. Fuck you, Tim Bosch. We have Al Iaquinta versus Joe Lauzon. J-Lau. This fight definitely could be one of the sleepers on the card. I got Joe Lauzon winning this fight. 3-round decision, unanimous, because he is so good at controlling and putting the fight exactly where he wants it and keeping it there for 3 rounds. Al Iaquinta, definitely good on the ground, decent boxing. Joe Lauzon, I give him the more clean cut in striking, but I think Joe Lauzon is going to pretty much just show a well-rounded game and show that he is the better fighter for 3 straight rounds and win a lopsided victory. Joe Lauzon will be on the come up as far as top 5. This goal all up in my grill, goal all up in my pill. Now I need goal all up in my pill. Killer! What you doing? I don't know. Shut the fuck up. Shout the fuck out to Mr. Coldwater Canyon. Shout out to Mr. Coldwater Canyon. You've been rocking with me since in the weed. You rock with me here. You even rock with me over there. You support the nigga eating a cheeseburger. It is what it is. Shout out Mr. Coldwater Canyon. Oh, what? I drank all my beer. I need to re-up. I'm going to get one more fight in, though, real quick. Next fight up, the homie's homie, Tyron Woodley versus Kelvin Gastelum. Tyron Woodley versus Kelvin Gastelum. This fight could be fight of the night, just for the fact Tyron Woodley training under American Top Team with my homeboy Dean. He fights real mean. He dresses real clean, like myself, full of wealth, ready to grab that belt from his teammate. What? I know that they will fight each other because I'm in Tyron Woodley at 14-3 versus Kelvin Gastelum at 11-0. Kelvin Gastelum, of course, was a sleeper on The Ultimate Fighter. Everyone thought that Uriah Hall was going through everyone. He did. He fucking swept through the entire house until that finale. Kelvin Gastelum fought his fight. He did not give in to the hype of Uriah Hall, and he ended up being the Ultimate Fighter champion that season. Kelvin Gastelum at 170 is a monster. He fought at 185 in the house on The Ultimate Fighter, but at 170, he's more slim, more trim. He's still a bit stocky, but his endurance is a crazy situation in a Rodego. His wrestling is wonderful. Kelvin Gastelum is a sleeper, period, in mixed martial arts and in the UFC at the welterweight division. I see Kelvin Gastelum as being top 7 in the welterweight division. However, Tyron Woodley is all of those added. He has the factor. He has that athlete factor. He has that quickness. He has that agility factor. And this fight could go one or two ways. Me, myself, I'm going for Tyron Woodley because it's American Top Team all day. He's homies with my homie, Dean Thomas. If anyone's going to get knocked out in this fight, it's going to be Kelvin Gastelum getting knocked out by the bull Tyron Woodley. But if Kelvin Gastelum can play his game and impose his will and impose takedowns after takedowns and control Tyron Woodley on the ground, make sure he doesn't get caught with any knees coming in or any like a fucking boof elbow, crazy shit like that. Kelvin Gastelum, you can never count him out. He could win this fight. He has to be a controller. He has to be the beholder. He has to be the... Tyron Woodley wins this fight in 3 rounds. I'm saying... he's not going to knock out Kelvin Gastelum because Kelvin Gastelum is tough as nails, but great takedown defense on Kelvin Gastelum's takedowns and not get caught up in the clinch with Kelvin Gastelum. I think that he'll be able to, 1, outstrike him for 3 rounds, 2, land the more effective power shots and maybe even hurt Kelvin Gastelum, 3, win the... What? Ah! Win the million! Oh, shit. Holy shit. Anderson Silva versus, who am I? Silva versus Nick Diaz. Anderson Silva coming in at 33-6. In my humble opinion, Anderson Silva's coming into this fight 33-4 because the first loss to Chris Weidman, he was fucking around. He did get caught. I will give him, fuck that. Chris Weidman won that fight. It is what it is. The second fight against Chris Weidman, he broke his fucking ankle throwing a kick at the nigga. I don't call that a loss. It is what it is. Give me your outlook on the comment sections. On the comment sections below. Make sure you hit me up in the comments. Oh, thumbs the video up if you like it. Thumbs it down if you don't. Wah! And you have Nick Diaz at 27-9-1. Before I get into this one, re-up. I miss doing these videos like this. I miss doing these. Real deal. Rest in peace in the weeds. Shout out Bloodstained Lane. Rest in peace Tupac's father. Beer Drink Shorty. Who are you type nigga video. UFC 183 main event bout. I'm looking at this fight kind of on the fence because as everyone knows in the community of mixed martial arts, I am the #1 Nick Diaz fan on the planet. However, I was at a party and then they had the UFC, whatever number it was. Everyone in the fucking house were just fanboy fucking cocksucking pieces of shit. Ah, Rich Franklin's gonna kill this guy. I'm like, oh, apparently you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They didn't know who Anderson Silva was. They didn't understand the level of striking that Anderson Silva had compared to Rich Franklin. That wasn't Anderson Silva's first fight in the UFC. Ah! Dude, afterwards they looked like this. Peanut butter mouth. Peanut butter mouth. Anyhow, this fight right here, Anderson Silva versus Nick Diaz, is going to go one way and one way only. Everyone knows Nick and Nate Diaz, they're susceptible to those leg kicks. They don't check them. They don't check them sometimes. Sometimes if they do check them, they don't actually check them. And after a couple of rounds, it definitely wears on them. Anderson Silva, after breaking his leg on Chris Weidman's check, he's going to come into this fight definitely healthy. He's going to come in this fight to win this fight. However, I think that he's going to definitely be apprehensive towards throwing leg kicks. Because for what it is, imagine this, a professional fighter. You've been training since a teenager or even a kid to throw a certain technique. You've been throwing a certain technique through your amateur days, through your pro days, with no problem, effective. An effective leg kick. One day you're a little bit past your prime, but you're still clowning people. You're throwing the leg kick like a normal day, and boof, your shit crumbles like a goddamn elbow joint. All the technique, years and years, 15 to 20 years of training that technique, it gets checked and you break your own shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you're Steven Seagal. If you've effectively learned the technique and you've employed it on people in your fights for so long, now all of a sudden you break your shit using that technique. After you actually heal, you're going to be very apprehensive on throwing that exact same technique. Anderson Silva will not throw the leg kick whatsoever in this fight against Nick Diaz. I think he's going to keep it more towards the hands. He may throw a fucking push kick. He may throw teats. He may throw, you know what I'm saying? Even I can see him throwing a bullshit weirdo axe kick just for the fact that fucking opens up sometimes. He does whatever. I can see weird kicks like that, but I don't see just a full force, poof, leg kick. I'm looking at this fight as a stand-up war, a kickboxing match, but more so a boxing match. Just for the fact that, one, Anderson Silva want that fight with Roy Jones Jr. Nick Diaz want that fight with Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. wants to fight with either one of them. This is a good fight for the fans. This is a good fight for new fans. This is a good fight for hardcore fans like myself to see one of the greatest of all time and to see, truthfully, everyone knows it, the best boxer in mixed martial arts in Nick Diaz take on each other and see who is the best old school, real deal mixed martial artist in... Oh shit. I ain't heard from this nigga in a minute, man. That's crazy as fuck. Look who just hit me up, y'all. Look who just hit me up, y'all. Look who just hit me up. Nate Diaz, everyone. That nigga Nate hit me up. I'm gonna hit him right back, because I'm almost done with this video. Anyhow, I see this fight is going, is it going to be a 5-round fight or a 3-round fight? It should be a 5-round fight since it is somewhat of a super fight, even though they are meeting at middleweight. It should be a 5-round fight. If it is a 5-round fight, I see Nick Diaz winning this 5-round fight in 5 rounds, outlasting the first 3 rounds, because Anderson Silva is somewhat of a late starter. He likes to fill his opponent out for around 2 rounds. But if he does that, for around 2 rounds, he's going to end up losing rounds for the fact that Nick Diaz is going to be throwing volume. He's going to be landing more because he's throwing more. And then around round 2, round 3, when Anderson finally gets his timing down and starts to try to get off, I think it's going to be a bit too late, because Nick Diaz's cardio is crazy. He can go another 3 rounds, no problem. He has a chin, and I think that this is Nick Diaz's fight to win. This is Nick Diaz's pinnacle time to show that he is an elite fighter, which a lot of people already know, like myself, but to prove all naysayers wrong, because you have to understand, all of his fights that he's lost, even the George St. Pierre fight, Carlos Condit fight, the fights that he loses, these guys aren't trying to fight him. Anderson Silva will try to fight Nick Diaz, and trust me, it will be a good fight.
No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how you feel, it's always up to you. You can't go wrong with the cat in the hat.
As I said, I'm always rolling with the Diaz brothers. What's your prediction on the fight, though, dummy? Nick Diaz wins this fight in 5 rounds. Split decision. Nick Diaz gets respect, gets that paycheck, makes a lot of people mad as heck, talk shit, and ready Fish Tank, why in the fuck are you talking while I'm trying to do a motherfucking video? Fish Tank, who are you?
Yay! Yay!